Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Crafty Company podcast. My name is Laura. I'm a chocolatier based in Weymouth, and I make artisan handmade chocolates. And this is
I'm Emma and I run the wire writing company, and I make wire art and words using a single piece of wire.
so Emma and I have known each other. Well, it's debatable how long now, right? We met
Yeah,
either in 2016 or 2017, somewhere around there. We both had completely different businesses back then, actually centered around our dogs. I had a YouTube channel and a social media, and Emma had her blog and was promoting businesses that were dog friendly. And we came into contact with each other that way, didn't we?
we did. I would say came into contact. You say we said we met, but we actually have only ever met twice in that all that time. We've stayed in contact, and like I feel like I know everything about your life.
That's true. When you said to me before we started recording, we've only met in person twice, I was like, no, we haven't. And then I thought about it and I was like,
Yeah,
oh, we have actually only met
yeah,
twice. That's kind of
yeah.
crazy.
Once, and the first time you let us stay at your house.
Hi, new friend, move in.
Yeah, you're very trusting. Yeah.
Well, look at us now. It's like 5 or 6 years later, we're not sure which, and we're
No.
still friends. So obviously, it was a good
Yeah,
call.
definitely a good call.
So Emma had the idea to start the Crafty Company podcast. And do you want to tell everybody where you got this idea from?
Yeah, sure. So I originally had set it up a bit more like a blog kind of thing, actually. But the idea being to help other craft businesses like myself when I was starting out. So I've been going since 2019. And when I started out there was a lot of people out there that trying to help, but a lot of it was paid for. And it wasn't in a consistent sort of way. It wasn't all in one place. People were like an expert on this one thing or on that one thing, and you're having to go all over the place. And so I thought, well, I'll start sort of a blog kind of thing and get that going. And I sort of kept coming back and forward on it. And to be honest, I thought I've come up with a really good name here. So I need to do something with it. And then my husband actually started recording like a podcast YouTube show, and it's doing really well. And I thought, I think we could turn this into a podcast. I think it could work really well, where we can really interact with people and we can be really transparent about what running a craft business actually is like and how to do it. Find out from people that are really doing it, who are maybe only a few months into their journey, and other people that are a few years in, but that are running real companies, not these £1 million businesses that you see on, some of the great podcasts that we listen to. And yeah, they're really inspiring, but am I actually going to hit £1 million? I think most of us probably aren't. And most of us don't actually want to work to the extent that you have to do to get to that point. Do you even want to
Absolutely.
employ people? I mean, employing people is, I will tell you, is a nightmare. It's very challenging. I've done this in my previous life, and it's really, really hard. And if you're going to run £1 million company, you've got to employ people, and there's loads of other things that are involved with that. So we want to talk to people who are employing people. So if you're thinking about doing that, that you've got somebody to get some information from and get a better understanding, but also people that are running a business where they now don't have to work for someone else, or where they can work part-time and go and pick the kids up from school, or maybe they just want to cover the cost of their crafting equipment. They really enjoy their craft, whatever that might be, and they have got it everywhere around their house. And their other half
Yes.
saying, actually, like, you can't buy any more unless you get rid of stuff. And so they just want to start up a really small business just to do that. So that was kind of the idea behind it. And then I was thinking, I don't know if I can do this all on my own. There's a lot to do here. So I thought, I'm going to ask Laura what she thinks and see if she might be interested. You've got
And I
experience in.
jumped on it.
Yeah, but why did you say yes?
Well, I've wanted to do a podcast for a long time, and you just mentioned my YouTube channel, and I've had a YouTube channel for many years now, and it takes a lot of work. And one thing that I've learned from doing YouTube, and I think it's going to apply to podcasting as well, is you have to find your niche and you have to find something that you're really passionate about. And for me, I've made a lot of mistakes since I started my business. It's part of the learning curve. And every time I meet someone who's further along the track than I am, I just try and soak up all their knowledge and all their information. And I love to give that back to people as well. So even though my business has only been going since November and now we're in July, so not very long, I have a couple of chocolatiers who message me quite regularly saying, "Hey, can you help me with this? How did you do this? Where did you get your packaging from?" All these sort of things. And I'm not one of those people who feels like we need to step on each other to get ahead. I feel like we can all lift each other up together. So when you came to me with the idea, I was like, I get to do a podcast. I get to help people with whatever limited knowledge I have, and also to learn as well, because we're going to have people on this podcast who have varying experiences and expertises and expertises. And I just invented that, okay.
Inventing
um,
words, that's what we do here.
yeah, exactly. And I'm excited to learn that as well. I have a huge passion
Yes.
for learning, and I think no matter where you are, there's always, you can always find a way to do it better or more efficiently or quicker or save some money. And yeah, I'm here for all of the above.
Brilliant. Yeah, I can absolutely agree to that. Totally. Like, I learn from all sorts of people. I think even if you've only just started your business, I mean, you've only been going since November, and you've already told me things that I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, actually, I need to talk to you actually about some packaging for this other thing. And like, I'm like, that could be really interesting. Where have you sourced that from? And uh, just because you've not been going so long, actually, a lot of the time you're coming up with new ideas because you're doing the research now, whereas I did the research
Exactly.
when I started like 4 years ago. So it's like a really different, yeah, just different way of looking at things, really.
Yeah. I think also to touch on what you said previously, as you say, when you start your own business, you are doing so much research. I mean, the
Yeah,
amount of tabs I have open on my iPad, my phone, everything, researching, and it would be phenomenal to have had one central place where I could go to and see a
yeah,
whole list of topics and go, this is the one I need today, that's the one I'm going to need tomorrow, and just be able to figure it all out in one space.
yeah.
And hopefully, we can get the Crafty Company podcast to a place where we have all of these resources so people starting out don't find it as challenging. And hey, maybe we'll save you a couple of mistakes along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And the plan also is to have some resources as well, so that people can come to us and they can listen to the podcast, which is great, listen to all these experts and things. But actually, if you just need a business plan template, we'll have that for you, and that kind of thing. So we're gonna put all that sort of stuff together for you as well, so that it's all in one place, using all the things that we've already found, and hopefully get a few experts in to help with some extra pieces, like accounts and things like that, which I'm going to be honest with you, not my favorite subject. Don't tell my
Mine
accountant
either. I think
that.
all of us creators have that in common, don't we? We are so good at the creating, but people don't
Yeah,
understand when you start your own business. Like in my instance, I'm not just making chocolate every day. I'm
no,
also photographing the chocolate. I'm maintaining my website. I'm uploading those photos. I'm doing social media. I'm doing marketing. There are so many hats that you have to wear
yeah,
as a small business. You are a one man band, which can be really lonely a lot of the
yeah,
time, actually.
yeah.
So hopefully, this we can create a community where it feels like your group of friends that are all on the same journey, maybe at different parts of the journey, and everybody can share their experiences, and we can all grow and we can all make money together, hopefully.
Oh God, that's the dream.
Oh, I'm so excited for this, and I'm so glad that you pulled me along for the ride, Emma, and I'm
Oh,
excited to see
I'm glad
where
you
this
said
takes us.
yes.
Ah, so hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications wherever you get your podcast, and follow along. I promise you, it'll always be entertaining with us. We've had a
Yeah,
morning of it
absolutely.
already, haven't we?
We have had
um,
a morning of it. Yeah,
a
nothing
lot of
goes
things
ever
go
quite
wrong
to
sometimes.
plan. But I think we're just about there. So yeah, as
Yes.
I was saying, if you want to follow us, we are Craft to Company. It's TO, not the number two. And we're on basically on everything actually. Yeah, so if you want to come along, follow us. we'll be sort of chatting away, and yeah, you can join in. We'd really like you to join in, actually. If you've got any topics that you want us to cover, if you would like to come on the podcast, get in touch,
Yes.
because we are looking for some extra people. We've got a few people lined up, but we need some more. So if you're interested in getting involved, then that would be great. Our
Let's
first 2 episodes, sorry.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say, let's just give a brief overview of the guests that we hope to get on here. So I've got an accountant friend that I know, you've got a lawyer friend, so that'll
Yeah.
help us with like setting up that side of business. I've got somebody who is very, very, very good at social media. They'll come on and talk to us about that.
Yeah, and then I've got some other people who have been going for a little while that are really involved in their communities, particularly in like the yarn and fibre communities, for example, and how they've created their business working really with other people. And we want to get people on that have got like that are working in markets a lot of the time, which I know you've been doing a lot of. So they've got experience of that side of things. People that have like got massive social media followings, so we're really interested in people talking like, how do you grow it, how do you get to that point,
Exactly.
are you making money from it, or is it all a vanity project? I mean, that's a really big question, isn't it? You know, it's only
That,
good if you're
that's
turning
true.
into money. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we've got quite a few people that we want to talk to already, but we're keen for anybody else to get involved if you've got a different viewpoint. We really want to talk to people who have that are maybe so privileged in other areas, and we want to talk about privilege a lot, because we're not all starting from the same point, and
Yes.
some of us have got mental health, physical, financial differences, and so it's really important that we make it clear where we're starting from, so that
Yes.
people aren't feeling that they're not enough, and that they're not doing that. You know, not everybody's starting from the same place. You look at most millionaires and billionaires, they all had money to start with, all of them.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
most
but
of them.
self-made. They're not
I know.
self-made. They came from so much money in the first place. It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, it's really important that we talk about those things. So yeah, so we really want to talk to anybody that wants to come on, get in touch. It's Craft a
Yeah.
Company. Yeah.
So thank you for listening to this. Thank you for watching. And hopefully we'll see you on the next episode. Stay tuned.